This class is the continuation of the previous class. In previous class, I was talking about non-renewable sources of energy and our focus was on nuclear energy. Now, I want to continue this class with the same nuclear energy. Now, I want to present one equation given by Einstein, and it is very famous equation and very importantly taken all over the world. This is E equal to mc square. Now, this equation can be used to calculate the energy produced by the nuclear reaction. And if you are told to write the equation, you can write this way, and we have to write the meaning also. E means what? E is energy produced. Energy produced. And what is the meaning of M? M represents mass destroyed. In previous class, I told you about the destroyed mass in fission and fusion. In both the cases, certain amount of mass destroyed, and that destroyed mass converts to tremendous amount of energy, and we are going to calculate this energy produced by the nuclear reaction, where mass destroyed is if known, then we know the velocity of light. C means velocity of light. With the help of these two, mass destroyed and the velocity of light, we can calculate how much energy is produced by the nuclear reaction. This was the remaining of the previous class. Now I want to continue another part, energy crisis. What is it? Energy crisis can be written as this way. Very shortly we can say this way. The scarcity of the sources of energy due to the overuse, the scarcity of the sources of energy in near future due to the overuse of energy sources at present, or we can say due to the overuse of fossil fuel at present, is called energy crisis. This can be written as definition of energy crisis. But actually, what is the meaning of this saying? Scarcity of the energy in near future. Why do we have scarcity? We will have scarcity in near future. There's a certain reason I want to explain about this. All the two-wheelers, three-wheelers and four-wheelers of the world, I'm not talking about a particular country, throughout the world we are using two-wheeler also, and three-wheeler vehicles also, four-wheeler vehicles also. How many vehicles are there throughout the world? All of them are using petrol to run. These two-wheeler, three-wheeler and almost all the four-wheeler requires petrol. Besides this, there are heavy vehicles, four-wheeler like bus, truck and other heavy vehicles also. They are using diesel, petrol, diesel. And just think about the industry of this world. How many industries are there? Very big industries. These big industries, almost all the big industries are using coal as a source of energy. And beside this, many industries are using natural gas as a source of energy. And just think about all this. Not only this, in every kitchen, in the modern kitchen, we are using petroleum gas. And just think about this, the whole population of the world, if they are using this gas, then hundreds of tons of gas, petroleum gas is used every day. Hundreds of tons of petrol is being used every day. In the same way, diesel also, in the same way, coal also and natural gas also. In this way, the whole world is using fossil fuel at very high rate. Now, all of we know that in previous class also I explained that this fossil fuel takes very long time period to form, millions of years, but we are using at very high rate. Then how long we will get this fossil fuel from the nature? There is prediction Different scientists have different saying. Some of them says that it will continue up to 30 years. Some of them are saying 40 years. Let it be 30, 40, 50 years. At last, a day comes when all this fossil fuel finishes from the earth, and then we would not have any source of energy to use very comfortably in our daily life. At this time, we'll have scarcity of energy. This scarcity of energy is created because of high rate of consumption of fossil fuel at present. And this condition is told as energy crisis. Now, I told you about the energy crisis and how it happens. Now, how can we escape out of this problem? There are some points we have to remember. How can we escape out of the problem of energy crisis? Number one, as far as possible, the use of non-renewable sources of energy should be reduced. Or we can say, as far as possible, the use of fossil fuel in different sectors, industries, kitchen, and transportation, should be reduced. Non-renewable source of energy should be reduced. I mean to say, its use should be reduced. And then we'll be comfortable for a long time. There is another method also, just opposite of this. If we increase the use of renewable source of energy like hydroelectricity, solar energy, wind energy, tidal energy, geothermal energy, etc., different technology is improved and these renewable sources of energy are used a lot, then we'll escape out from energy crisis. That's why we can say, as far as possible, we have to increase the use of renewable source of energy, not non-renewable source of energy. We have to increase the use of renewable source of energy. Use of this should be increased. Then we'll escape out of this problem. There's another method also. Population growth should be controlled. Population growth is if high, then what happens? The number of people is more. It means what? They use more transportation, more industries are needed to fulfill their requirements, more fuel is burned in kitchen to supply food to them. And this way, if population growth increases, then use of fossil fuel, non-renewable sources of energy, use of this energy is increased, and that affects the energy crisis. I mean to say that commences the energy crisis. Energy crisis will come nearer, and that's why we have to note that population growth should be controlled. These are the basic methods by which we can face energy crisis.